Welcome back to the channel. If you've been struggling with emotional eating, you're not alone. Many of us find ourselves turning to food during times of stress, anxiety, or even boredom, which can lead to unhealthy habits and a less than ideal relationship with food. Emotional eating can feel like a never-ending cycle, but it doesn't have to be. In today's video, we're going to break down exactly what emotional eating is, how to identify triggers, and provide you with actionable tips to help you build a healthier relationship with food. We'll go deep into understanding why emotional eating happens in the first place, and explore practical strategies for managing your emotions without relying on food. We'll also talk about how to create balance, make sustainable changes to your diet, and shift your mindset to achieve long-term success. Whether you're looking to lose weight, improve your mental health, or simply feel more in control of your eating habits, this video is packed with valuable insights to help you get started. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's dive in. What is emotional eating? Emotional eating refers to using food to cope with emotions instead of responding to physical hunger. It's a coping mechanism, but it's often an unhealthy one. When we turn to food for comfort, we may find ourselves eating large amounts of food, especially unhealthy or highly processed options, in response to stress, anxiety, sadness, or even happiness. Many of us have been there, reaching for that bag of chips or ordering takeout when we've had a rough day, or even just as a way to celebrate a success. However, emotional eating can quickly spiral into a cycle of unhealthy behaviors. Over time, it can lead to weight gain, feelings of guilt or shame, and an overall negative relationship with food. Understanding emotional eating is the first step toward overcoming it. It's not about dieting or restricting yourself, it's about learning to recognize the emotional triggers that drive you to eat, and finding healthier ways to cope with those emotions. Why do we emotionally eat? To truly understand emotional eating, it's important to look at the root causes. Emotional eating doesn't happen in a vacuum, it's typically triggered by emotional states, life events, or even learned behavior patterns. Stress and anxiety. Life can be stressful. Whether it's work, relationships, or other pressures, stress is one of the most common triggers for emotional eating. The brain associates food with a temporary escape from stress, offering a form of comfort, even if that comfort is fleeting. Boredom. When we're bored, we often turn to food as a way to pass the time or fill a void. Eating becomes a form of entertainment, and often, we don't even realize it until after we've eaten more than we intended. Negative emotions, sadness, loneliness, frustration, and anger can all lead to emotional eating. Food can offer a temporary distraction from uncomfortable feelings, but it doesn't address the underlying emotional issue. Habit and conditioning. For some people, emotional eating becomes a habit learned over time. If food was used to soothe or celebrate in childhood, these patterns can carry into adulthood, even if we're not aware of it. Reward and celebration. Food is often tied to positive emotions, too. Celebrations, rewards, and even feelings of accomplishment are sometimes paired with food as a way to amplify positive emotions. This can lead to overeating, as we associate food with feeling good. Social and environmental triggers. Sometimes, external factors can trigger emotional eating. A stressful work environment, social events, or even seeing certain foods on display can push us toward overeating. Understanding these triggers helps you gain control over your eating habits. The next step is identifying when you're emotionally eating and taking action to break the cycle. How to identify emotional eating triggers. The key to managing emotional eating is learning how to recognize when you're eating due to emotions rather than physical hunger. Let's take a look at some ways to identify your emotional eating triggers. Check in with your hunger. Before reaching for food, ask yourself, am I truly hungry? Or am I eating because I'm stressed, bored, or upset? Physical hunger usually builds gradually, while emotional hunger feels more urgent. Emotional eating often involves cravings for specific comfort foods, foods that are high in sugar, fat, or salt. Track your eating habits. Keep a food diary or use an app to track what you eat and how you're feeling. Note the times when you're eating, the type of food you're eating, and your emotional state. Over time, patterns will emerge that will help you identify your triggers. Ask yourself why. If you're eating outside of a regular meal or snack time, take a moment to reflect on why you feel the need to eat. Are you feeling stressed or anxious? Are you bored? Are you rewarding yourself for something? Understanding the why behind your eating habits is crucial to breaking the cycle. Pay attention to physical signs. Emotional eating often comes with certain physical signs, such as eating mindlessly, eating quickly, or feeling guilty afterward. Recognizing these signs will help you differentiate between emotional hunger and true physical hunger. Monitor your environment. Sometimes, your environment can trigger emotional eating. Certain places or situations, like being in front of the TV, at a party, or in the break room at work, can lead to overeating. Being aware of your environment can help you better manage your eating habits. Actionable tips for overcoming emotional eating. Now that you know how to identify your emotional eating triggers, let's look at some actionable strategies to help you take control of your emotions and build a healthier relationship with food. 1. Develop emotional awareness. The first step in overcoming emotional eating is to become aware of your emotions. Emotions drive our eating habits, so recognizing them as they arise is key. Try to pause before eating and check in with yourself. Are you really hungry, or are you trying to soothe an emotion? Consider keeping an emotional journal where you can jot down how you're feeling throughout the day. This helps you better understand your emotional patterns and identify what drives you to eat. As you develop emotional awareness, you'll become more mindful of your emotional eating habits and can begin to make healthier choices. 2. Create new coping mechanisms. Instead of turning to food when you're feeling stressed or sad, try to find healthier ways to cope with your emotions. Exercise, deep breathing, meditation, journaling, or talking to a friend can all be effective alternatives to emotional eating. The goal is to find activities that help you process your emotions without using food as a crutch. 3. Practice mindful eating. Mindful eating is a powerful tool for managing emotional eating. It involves paying full attention to what you're eating and how it makes you feel. Take the time to savor each bite, eat slowly, and notice how the food tastes, smells, and feels. This practice can help you reconnect with your body's natural hunger cues, making it easier to avoid emotional eating. 4. Create a balanced diet plan. A well-balanced diet can help stabilize your mood and reduce the likelihood of emotional eating. Include plenty of whole foods, such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats, into your meals. A balanced diet provides the nutrients your body needs to function optimally, reducing the chances of cravings that can lead to emotional eating. 5. Build a support system. Having a support system is crucial when overcoming emotional eating. Surround yourself with friends, family, or a community that understands your journey and can offer encouragement. Talking to someone about your feelings can help you process emotions in a healthier way and prevent you from turning to food for comfort. 6. Practice self-compassion. It's easy to fall into a pattern of guilt and shame when you emotionally eat. However, self-criticism only reinforces negative behaviors and makes it harder to break the cycle. Instead, practice self-compassion. Recognize that emotional eating is a common struggle, and allow yourself to be human. Focus on progress, not perfection, and be kind to yourself when setbacks occur. 7. Develop healthy food relationships. Instead of seeing food as the enemy, try to develop a healthy relationship with food. Food should be viewed as fuel for your body, not as a tool for managing emotions. Focus on nourishing your body with wholesome, nutrient-dense foods, and let go of the concept of good or bad foods. A balanced, positive approach to eating will help you overcome emotional eating in the long term. 8. Get enough sleep and manage stress. Lack of sleep and chronic stress can increase cravings for unhealthy foods and make emotional eating harder to manage. Prioritize getting enough sleep each night, and incorporate stress-reducing practices into your daily routine. Exercise, yoga, or mindfulness techniques can help lower your stress levels and reduce the urge to emotionally eat. Building a long-term healthy relationship with food. Overcoming emotional eating is not about quick fixes or restrictive diets. It's about making lasting changes to your mindset, behaviors, and relationship with food. Here are some tips for building a long-term healthy relationship with food. Focus on nourishing your body. Rather than focusing on weight loss or restriction, focus on nourishing your body with wholesome, satisfying foods. Choose foods that make you feel energized, strong, and healthy. Celebrate progress. Small changes lead to big results. Celebrate each step forward, whether it's recognizing a trigger or choosing a healthier coping strategy. Acknowledge your progress and be proud of your journey. Be patient with yourself. Overcoming emotional eating is a process, not an overnight change. Be patient with yourself and know that it's okay to take things one step at a time. Don't rush the process, focus on consistency and progress. Emotional eating doesn't have to control your life. By identifying your triggers, developing healthy coping mechanisms, and building a positive relationship with food, you can break the cycle and take control of your eating habits. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about making small, sustainable changes that lead to a healthier, happier you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this, and share it with someone who could benefit from these tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.